Hello everybody, I'm Chris Provost. You're watching Provost Park Pass, and today I am in DCA, and I'm going to reveal some secrets and history about something that you walked by probably 100 times and maybe even snapped a picture of, but didn't even know how cool this tells a story. That's right, we're in DCA and we're going to talk about the Storyteller statue. This is loaded with secrets. I don't know, is this secrets or history? Who knows what we're going to do? But let's do it. So here we are in DCA, and we're walking down here. There's what's called the Storyteller's statue. It's got Walt and Mickey, and it has a ton of hidden little secrets on it. So today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this amazing statue. It is absolutely chock full of different cool secrets and amazing information and history about Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. Now here in the statue, he looks a little bit older, but at the time that the statue represents, he's probably about 21 or 22 years of age for the time period of this statue. All right, so let's take a look here. What do we got? We got Walt, and he's dressed appropriately for the day. You got pleated pants, the slacks have a nice crisp crease, which would have been happening that time. Sweater vest, tie, collar, shirt, and a jacket. Nice little suit jacket. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And the fedora hat. Plus Mickey Mouse. Now, to be honest with you, I don't think Mickey Mouse should be in this statue. I love Mickey Mouse, don't get me wrong. We'll talk about that in just a moment. You also see Walt has a trunk, and so does Mickey Mouse has a suitcase. So let's talk about this. Now, in order to understand the statue, we now have to go down there. Now I'm coming down here back to the entrance of Disney California Adventure because I need to show you a billboard, that's right, a billboard that's all about Walt Disney himself. That one right there. All right, so you see that billboard, that is Walt's kind of life. You'll notice it says California Limited, and you'll see it says daily first class, and it starts in Chicago. That's where Walt was born. Then he actually went to Missouri for a little bit, and then, you know, Kansas City, Missouri, and then that took him to Los Angeles. So you need to know those cities: Chicago, Kansas City, and then Los Angeles. That is the trajectory that Walt did when he was traveling out here to out west. All right, now that we look at that billboard, now let's go back to the statue. All right, so now here we're back at the statue. Now let's go look down here on this Walt trunk. You're gonna see it says luggage tag. Now you notice it says luggage tag number 12501. That stands for December 5th, 1901. That was the year that Walt Disney was born. And then it says from Kansas City to Los Angeles, California. Because Walt was moving from Kansas City to Los Angeles. Now, while Walt Disney was in Kansas City, he started his first animation company. And that company's name is Laugh-O-Grams. That was the first animated company that Walt Disney started. You'll notice the suitcase, by the way, it says Walt Disney Cartoonist. Now, when Walt started Laugh-O-Gram Pictures, one of the first serials, they called serials, it's like a cartoons that come out like on Saturdays that people would watch. It was called Alice. It was called Alice Comedies. This little girl, she'd go on these cute little adventures. It's first produced animation that Walt did from Laugh-O-Gram, Alice Comedies. So let's take a look at the back of Walt's suitcase. Walking right back here, what do you see? Alice Comedies, a little sticker on his steam trunk because that was the first. So right now, next to the statue, you're gonna see this plaque. We're gonna get back to a bunch of stickers on there, but I need to go here first. It's July 1923, right there. I packed all of my worldly goods, a pair of trousers, a checkered coat, a lot of drawing materials, and the last of the fairy tale reels we had made in a kind of a frayed cardboard suitcase. With that wonderful audacity of youth, I went to Hollywood, arriving there with just $40. It was a big day. The day I got on the Santa Fe California Limited, I was just free and happy. Walt Disney. All right, so if we look back here at the steamer trunk, what do we see? We see this. Walt was born in Chicago. Remember that from the billboard? Chicago, then went to Kansas, and then from Kansas, he went to LA. Now, this takes place in 1923. Mickey Mouse actually wasn't created until 1928. I know, so Mickey Mouse really shouldn't be there. But before Mickey Mouse was created, there was another character that was created before Mickey Mouse. Before we talk about that, we have got to go down there. So that statue depicts Walt traveling here to California in 1923. Mickey Mouse had not yet been invented or created. That wasn't a creation until it happened until 1928. But Walt's first major creation out here in California. It was Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. He did it with his partner, Iwerks. And I'll show you something here that you need to see for both of these things, for Oswald and also for So Walt and I don't know how to pronounce it, Iwerks is his last name. They created Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. They created Oswald the Lucky Rabbit when they were working at Universal Studios in 1927. And you look right down here, we got Oswald's Tires. That is for Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, and there is Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Now, when Walt ended up leaving and trying to strike out, he left Universal Studios. They claimed the rights to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. It was their property. They're like, you created on our stuff, we own the rights to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. So Walt lost the rights to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. He then created a new character a year later that looked very similar to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, but with shorter ears, rounder ears, and his name is Mickey Mouse, who we all love, right? Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse was created in 1928. So really on that suitcase, could it have been Oswald on that suitcase instead of Mickey Mouse? Because he created Oswald first. I don't know. Debatable, I guess. Debatable. Now, I guess. Iwerks, his last name, Iwerks. He helped create Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. And they have an homage here to him right here on DCA. Right here in DCA, if you look right behind, they got that Halloween bunting, so it's kind of hard to see. So let me get under here. It says Iwerks. Iwerks. That's a play on Iwerks, his last name. So that is a throwback to the person that helped Walt Disney create Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Okay, so Walt lost the rights to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit because Universal Studios, they owned it. Then what ended up happening in 2003, Buena Vista Studios, they wanted to do a video game. Like, hey, we want to do a video game with Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. They reached out and they realized that we can't do it because guess who owns it? Universal Studios. Well, this kind of went all the way up the chain of command, and Michael Eisner got involved. He's like, I can get Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. It took 3 years, but in 2006, they ended up doing a trade. Like, almost think of it like a player trade, where they have to trade one player from one team to another team. They traded Al Michaels. That's right, the guy who does Sunday Night Football, the color commentary. They traded him for the rights for Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. That's how Disney got Oswald the Lucky Rabbit back. Yeah, trading for Al Michaels in 2006. All right, now we gotta go back to the statue. There's more to talk about. Walt was born in Chicago. We saw the sticker. His formative years, his young childhood years, were in Marceline, Missouri. You also notice that sticker that said Kansas. And then he ended up moving from Kansas to California, where he created the whole Disney empire. But you'll notice on that trunk, it doesn't say Marceline. Where's Marceline? Is that just included in Kansas? Not really. I'll show you. All right, so let's go ahead and go around here again. The trunk, and what do we see? We saw Chicago. We also saw Kansas City. Now, let's take a look at the bottom of his shoe. What do you see? There it is, upside down. It says Marceline, for Marceline, Missouri. Also genuine leather on his shoes, but there you go. Marceline. What? All right, so now we've looked at Walt on the statue. Now we need to look at Mickey Mouse on the statue. All right, so we talked about Walt. Now, Walt was very fastidious. You notice his suitcase is all nice and clean. Mickey was much more in a rush. If you look, he even has some like heart-shaped boxers poking out of his suitcase. There's Mickey Mouse. He has a sticker saying from Kansas City, right here to Los Angeles, which is where he's going. Then you come over here in the back, you're gonna see Mickey's luggage tag. It says 11/18/28, which is the birthday of Mickey Mouse. And they were on the Santa Fe train. Mickey Mouse. But wait, there's more. You'll notice Walt has his coat here hanging off. He's got his pen because he was drawing probably with that as he's on the train. And then down here, he's got this newspaper. It's the Kansas City Star, Missouri newspaper showing Calvin Coolidge elected as the new president, which would have been at the time he was coming out here. Now, if you want to come down here and see this Walt Disney statue, by the way, something very cool about that Walt Disney statue, it's one of the only statues that you get to get right up next to and get a photo of. In Disneyland, they have the partner statue, and the partner statue is with Mickey Mouse as well, but it's surrounded by flower bed, and you can't really get that close to it. This one, you can actually get right next to it. You can put your arm around it. You can actually touch Mickey Mouse. It's a very cool photo op. Now, if you want to come down here and have an amazing photo op of this amazing statue, the Storyteller statue, the best way to do that is to click the link down below in the description. Or if you want, you can dial 1-855-GETAWAY. That's on the phone, 1-855-GETAWAY. And when they answer, say, hey, Provost Park Pass sent me. Then they're gonna give you the very best deals that they can get on their hotels and on their tickets. So I was saying, if you want to get the best rates, just tell them Chris Provost sent you, and they will give you the very best rates. Literally, you'll save you some money. I mean, I'm just trying to help people with some dollars. People are like, it's going to save me hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, it's going to save you a little bit. I mean, and every penny counts, right, in these day and age. Actually, if you went to the Disney website and tried to buy the tickets there or the hotels there, it would be more expensive. So literally, try the best. And they'll help you on their hotels. For Disney, the Disneyland hotels, and also the Good Neighbor hotels, all the hotels around here, they'll help you with those as well. Just tell them what you want. Say, hey, I want the closest hotel. I want to spoil myself. I want bunk beds for the kids, and then they will help you plan your whole trip. They are awesome. Now, if you saw something on that statue you've never seen before, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, I remember I had a college professor one time. He told me, he's like, if you're ever walking down the street and you see a musician or like a street performer and they make you stop, you owe them $1. And I always thought that was a really cool thing. So here's the thing: if I made you, if you saw something brand new about Disney you didn't know, you owe me a subscribe. Oh, why not? It's free. It's something you do for very free. And if you want to be notified when we go live or when we post new videos, hit the bell notification. That'll notify you. The subscription thing is free. You can subscribe to as many YouTube channels as you want, which is really cool. I love that feature. All right. Hi, guys. Hi. And so here's what we got going on. I want to take a quick little moment to talk to you. And I need to sit down so I can focus my thoughts because they kind of run away sometimes. That statue is awesome. And I love that you can get right up close to it, personal, and take a photo with it. It's absolutely amazing, an amazing piece of art. But do you know what's even more amazing than that? You. And I am talking to you. You might think, you're not talking to me, you can't be talking to me. If you think that, get that thought right out of your mind. I think you're amazing, you're wonderful, and you make the world a better place. Did you know that? And I know that some of you out there are having a rough time. You might be struggling and having a little bit of depression or a little bit of sadness, or maybe you feel a little melancholy and you don't know why. And people don't understand it. They just want you to be like, they just want you to just, you know, buck up and be happy. It's not that easy. So I want you to know that I support you. I think that you're amazing. And if you ever have any thoughts again in your mind that are kind of negative or bad or anything like that, take a moment, pause, come here to Provost Park Pass and want us to know that I am your friend, I am your buddy, and I want you to know that I know that you make the world a better place. And now you know that I know it. So now you can know it as well. All right, guys, thanks so much. I'll see you in our next video. Did you like this statue of Walt Disney? Did you learn something new on this video? Maybe something you didn't know. I like this song, but now I don't know what to sing about. So these are people that you see. Those are our Patreon. You're amazing.